I'm Marcel, and along with other things, I handle most of the custody and visitation issues that come to the Henenhofer Law offices. A lot of people don't know this, but they can actually file a custody motion as soon as the petition for dissolution has been filed. In fact, they can also agree right from the outset about what the custody sharing plan is going to be. If you decide to do that, that's fantastic because you're going to avoid a lot of dissension and a lot of arguing about a major part of your case, assuming that you have children. If you and your spouse agree about a custody sharing plan, simply write it in an agreement that you both sign and present to the court, and the court will issue custody orders consistent with what you've decided upon. What the court wants is for your child to have continuing, ongoing relationships with each of you. If the two of you don't agree about custody, then what the court will do is send you for counseling about custody. Here in San Diego, we use what's called child custody recommending counselors. And these counselors will meet with both of the parents, try to forge an agreement between you about what's going to work and what will work for the child for custody sharing. And if not, then a report will be issued to the court so that the court can weigh some of the considerations that the counselor came up with and make a decision for you. At our office, we recommend using a private custody mediator. The benefit of that is a private custody counselor or mediator can spend more time on your case. Family court services with the custody recommending counselors have a huge caseload and they're publicly funded. But if you're able to afford it, a private custody counselor can spend a great deal of time on your case. He can spend, or she, can spend time with both you, with your spouse, sometimes together, sometimes apart, and can look at collateral sources like if your child has a counselor or if school records should be examined, or even some of your friends and family who might have good things to say about your attributes as a parent. The other great thing about a private custody counselor is that they work much more quickly. With family court services, it can be 3 months, sometimes a little less, often a lot more, before they ever even get around to meeting with you, and then they have to prepare the report. The next thing I want to talk about is what exactly does a court use to make its decision about what is best for your child? And there I said it. What the court looks to is what is in your child's or your children's best interests. That's the critical term or phrase or interest that a court is going to look through as it makes its decision for you. What are the factors a court is going to look to make its decision? Well, obviously, one of them is going to be your competence as a parent. One of the most important factors for a court is to maintain stability for a child. And so for that reason, it looks to which parent has been the primary caretaker in the past. And that's really important. If you're thinking of getting a divorce now and you have children and you want to have more time with them, don't wait until after something's filed. Go ahead and spend more time with your child now. The court is also going to consider the age of your child or children. To what extent might that child be more bonded with one parent or the other? And if you're thinking that, well, that means the child is going to go with the mother, that's not necessarily true because our laws actually dictate that the court shall not favor one parent over the other, not the mother over the father, even though, as you think back, traditionally and stereotypically, it's been the mother who's been the primary caregiver. We've seen a dramatic change over the past number of years, and very often the fathers are the primary caretakers. One big concern I see a lot of parents having when they've broken up from a marriage is that they've moved out of the home And they're concerned because they no longer get the type of time with their child that they did before. Well, you don't need to worry about that too much because the court is not permitted to use that against you. As long as you're continuing to foster a relationship with your child, you're showing the court that you're spending time with him or her, and that you have not become disinterested, then that will go a long way in the court's decision about what's in the best interest for your child or children. I hope this has been helpful. I've really just touched the surface of some of the concerns about custody in a divorce action. Here at Jim Henenhofer's office, we're well equipped to handle every aspect of your divorce. If you have a question, feel free to call us. And if you're thinking of going through a divorce, come in for a consultation. Whether you hire us or not, we can help you. Thank you so much for your time.